Thunder Bay's new Boulevard Maintenance Bylaw will be going back to City administration for more adjustments. That after City Council and staff heard from 9 deputants on the bylaw during last night's meeting. Jessica Clement has the details.
City Council's final meeting of the year featured a festive spirit in council chambers as a children's choir from Colgrane Morgan performed.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
After that came a lengthy discussion on the revised Boulevard Garden and Maintenance Bylaw, which would allow gardens to be planted by residents on city-owned boulevards. This was the second time the bylaw made it onto Council's agenda after receiving some pushback in September. City Climate Action Specialist Danielle Tom says the new draft features numerous revisions, including raising the maximum plant height to 1 meter and allowing planting in setback areas.
The resulting draft Boulevard Garden and Maintenance Bylaw supports more biodiversity than most boulevard gardens that exist in Ontario today, while ensuring that members of the public, private utilities, and city assets remain protected.
The new draft still received some pushback, with 9 deputations on Monday night. The residents noted that the bylaw was a good step forward, but height limitations, the banning of shrubs and plant supports, and a mandatory registration were common themes among those who presented.
Speaking for the peas and the beans and the tomatoes and the ambitious Brussels sprout that just wants to grow taller in order to be productive, then I think there's a case to be made to letting food grow to its natural height, even if it's in a garden box.
Rather than a universal ban on objects, a more equitable approach would allow items like tomato cages, bean poles, and cucumber trellises on a temporary seasonal basis, so long as they do not create a visibility or tripping hazard.
After being asked by Councillor Kristen Oliver, City Manager John Collins said administration was open to consider additional changes, asking for a referral to take a look at 3 areas brought up by the residents. Those topics were permitting shrubs within the height restrictions, allowing plants to grow 1 meter above planter boxes, and banning pesticides and rodenticides.
As many deputants have identified, there are no clear best practices at this point. This is evolving. And what we are recommending, I believe, is quite positive and is a measured path forward.
Councillor Casey Atraney asked if administration would allow one more addition to the referral.
And that would be looking at temporary plant supports to be added as long as it stays within the height restriction.
Council voted unanimously in support of Atraney's amendment, as well as the referral. Administration will present their findings in the new year, and Council will then vote on whether to ratify the bylaw. Jessica Clement, TBT News.